before that, is the kind of patch-dependent heroes you need.
Okay, and very quickly, Flip, this is your MVP. Why are they going to win in one word?
Avant-garde.
Into the game with Toby and Cinderin. Good luck to both teams.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's time to get underway. Team Secret going up against MVP. Who would have actually thought we'd be sitting here going, hey, MVP, they 2-0'd at eHome.
Not me.
I don't think most of the world thought that.
It was definitely, a lot of people going into the tournament actually considered eHome the favorites to win the whole thing, but so far the group stage has proven to be quite difficult for them. Of course, they will be meeting the winner of this matchup, or sorry, the loser of this matchup, rather, to fight for second place. But as MVP versus Secret, I think the very difficult draft for me to call, actually. Both teams have some great strengths. The main thing I noted was that MVP chose to not go for their Enchantress that they actually had an option to in second phase, but rather sold for a Disruptor. So I wonder what was the reasoning behind that, but...
Not just that too, it's the fact they didn't went into the Juggernaut, which gives very unusual lanes. Hello, bottom lane. Already Debut trying to clear a little bit of space. Weehaw coming in a little too close. And Febby, he's actually going to kill up Glimpse. He's going to bring Weehaw back, and they may have enough damage. He's right on top of the rune spot, and there it is. First blood goes the way of MVP. QO to spill it. And that's a nice start to the PL, who's going to head in towards that mid lane.
Yeah, that's perfect. When you saw that Juggernaut last pick, you're thinking, okay, it has to be a Jugger or a PL mid, and PL probably the candidate for standing up against Invoker very early on. You have double gangers, you can just cold snap and just generally get away. In case of any rotations, so we'll be getting a pretty fast bottle because he got that first blood and the rune, I believe. Yeah, he got so much for that, so it's all for him.
And of course it also delays up the Invoker. Like Weeha's taking so long to run back to the mid, the puppy, he's almost gained like half of the creep wave worth of experience just by sitting here in the lane, waiting for his mid to return. And Invoker being behind a PL at the start.
He's a full level behind all the way. I don't want that, but
yeah, especially another kill. You don't want to see that happening either. What does Weehaw even do here? So you okay? He buys up a fresh stout, but the courier is already busy. The courier is already walking out with the stout shield, so Puppy can Iron Talon jungle this Night Stalker.
Yeah, this has become a fairly popular way of playing the Night Stalker, just playing it position 4 with the Iron Talon jungle. The problem is it gives a lot of space to MVP. When you see that there's a Night Stalker jungle like that, the Prophet will feel very confident bottom 1.
Misery, top lane. They're going to actually trap him up in a spin and go for it, and with the Glimpse back, yeah, Misery's in a world of hurt. He goes up into the tree, starts to TP out, and they won't reach him in time. Misery, nicely played, nice escape.
Very, very good. And at the same time, they put quite a bit of pressure on QO mid. He's fairly low on health. Weeha's recovered a bit, I guess I should say. He's still behind on CS and a little bit on, actually a lot on experience. Never mind that. I don't think he's recovered enough.
Especially now the Cure is running a bottle.
They're really pressuring. This is the problem when you run a Night Stalker like this, is that the first 4 minutes you just have innate weakness in your lineup. You're giving the offlaner space in the Prophet. Actually now Puppy with a very good rotation could be here, but no, they're not going to go for it. And in addition to that, of course, Weehaw in the mid lane will be abused quite a bit here by Nubu's Earth Spirit.
I like the build too on Kuro. Like he knows exactly how he wants to play this with the Earth Spirit. Like going for the 2, now he actually has the 1 point up in Doppelganger with a Phantom Rush that just closed distance so quickly. Weehaw, there's no way to escape that. The Ice Wall went up out of pure optimism, and you could also see Forev, he was actually starting his T health, even though it really wasn't necessary at the end of the day. So Weehaw, he's 0 for 2 on this Invoker.
I'm gonna need to do something about this mid lane. You really don't want... Invoker is one of those heroes that you can recover on, but if you get stumped this hard in the
coming top,
it's very difficult to
Forev TP's in. They still have the Glimpse, and it's already at level 2, but they put the wall up to start with. The Misery can't just TP himself out this one. So MVP, and they started their series up against eHome with severe domination, and now Misery, all he can do is just deny his life, at least the direct kill to MP. And this seems to be starting off very similar to their series against eHome. Kills all across the map and then pressure being applied.
Earth Spirit Prophet is incredible as a first phase opener for them. I completely agree with that pickup after the first pick from Secret, because it just You can just go anywhere.
Just
and
keep going.
Immediately on Misery again here. They still have the glimpse. They don't even need to use it yet. Yeah, they won't need to use it at all.
So you've managed to get mid laner and the off laner of Team Secret 0-2. So 2 deaths for both of these heroes early on. Barev's already up at level 3, so the level 2 treants aren't fully enough to get rid of this top tower, but then again, you could just drop the healing water of MP. Like, they can just keep pressure going, and I think they see a new target too. Nighttime strikes, and Puppey tries to already attack, and QO. Okay, he doesn't have enough help, not quick enough at least. They started their rotations, and they've already started up the wards around the top tower.
MVP supports. Who's actually in an awkward position here?
Puppey, he ran into it. He came underneath the wall for MTP's forward. He took a Treant as well to go for the block as Puppey tries to just juke them out, but because you can't juke out Nerf Spirit, they get another kill. They ping out the fact that Misery's come back up to this top lane. And MVP, Misery actually turns to fight. They have Glimpse, but Febby decides not to use it.
When Puppey chose to run up the hill there, I think... Well, first of all, he wasn't expecting the supports to be in that position, but secondly, it looked a little weird because they know there's many heroes in the neighborhood, and there was no one on Secret ready to TP up there. Gyro isn't level 6. Invoker definitely can't leave his lane right now, so that's kind of an optimistic play, like high risk, but what's your actual reward of going up there? You can't really claim anything apart from a little bit of information and costing his life there. Great start for MVP here. This is, yeah, they're showing that the thing against eHome was not a fluke. 3k lead minute 5. Secret's got some recovering to do here.
Well, they do have one big thing that's working for them, and that's Eternal Envy. Safe lane farm, not really pressured. Obviously, Barev spent a lot of time out of that bot lane. Of course, while I say that, he is level 4 and now is soaking up the experience on the bottom lane. And you've already taken out the tier 1 tower on the top. So the ability to rotate for MVP becomes more real. Like, even Febby, like if you're worried about like a slow level up or disruptor, he had that level 2 glimpse very, very early on. So now even like presence in the lane is difficult for Team Secret, knowing Disruptor could be staring down the barrel of having a Static Storm soon. The PL is now at level 7 and he's sitting with a regeneration rune. So QO's kind of got the world as his oyster. Even the Juggernaut with Face Boots and Omni Slash now he has level 6.
PL is such a difficult kill for the Secret lineup. The only thing they have against him is Night Stalker Silence, but actually wait, they don't have that. They haven't killed it, so they can't kill him until the Beastmaster gets Royals, and Kuro will just be able to do this, and he's fine. Yep. We'll gang her away. There's no serious lockdown. The only real stun they have for now is actually Magic Missile. He just dodged that easily.
How can you buy space then for Misery? Because Misery then, like, you look at more stuns, you look for the Beastmaster Roar, right?
Yeah, I think that's the problem with Secret's draft right now, is that it's extremely greedy by nature. I think the hero you have to use to create the space might be the Gyrocopter to get him involved in a couple of kills with the call down now that he's level 6. Maybe you do a smoke rotation. Night Stalker's first night time is running out and Puppey isn't anywhere near close to level 6, so he won't be having darkness either. And at daytime it's just way harder for them than it is here right now. So yeah, where does Misery get it? Good question. He's level 5 right now. I guess this top wave will be pushing in slowly from MP, so he'll get a little bit there. But probably not the early game he was looking for.
From watching this Earth Spirit in the bottom lane, like, for me I would have thought like the Earth Spirit would like be heading in towards a different position, but I suppose at this point Weehar as well as Misery are playing very defensive just because of what's happened early on. So he looks for a kill on bottom, but normally it's the prop for the TPs in to help the Earth Spirit wherever he's initiating. But in this case he's just waiting on the bottom lane.
That's what I'm doing. It's like he's bored. He just denied 2 of his treants with half health. So I was like, okay, well I can't go CS right now, might as well just kill some treants while I wait. But yeah, anyway. Definitely, they're just extending their lead. They're 4k ahead now, just controlling the map very well. Febby that we talked about, it's going to be a very fast level 6 disruptor. He's 200 experience away. Duo, very confidently strutting up this mid lane, knowing he has MP coming in from the side, and if there's no Ghost Walk available, there is no. But, and they actually have no detection. Already invoked it.
Weehar turned for a moment. There we go.
And that's enough. This intimidation should secure them. The mid-tier
bottom lane.
And they're going bottom too.
Yeah, Pala diving initiated on. They just thought they could do it with the Torque, Eternal Envy, that Rocket Barrage. It's actually able to get close enough with the Flat Cannon and the call down. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off. At this point, Secret will take Anthony, gets him on the board. The Void's already used. Barev, the Rocket! Oh, doesn't reach him in time for the Sunstrike! Barely missing. It had a crack, but on bottom lane, Eternal Envy is being attacked down. QO will arrive, and he takes out Eternal Envy. Oh, can he actually take out Puppey too? Oh, of course he can. He's a PL. He doesn't have his Phantom Dash off cooldown just yet, and there we go, Puppey lands 1 second, there goes the lance, and there goes your Puppey.
He's kind of blocking himself, okay.
Move it south.
Yeah.
Look, they're also having a crack up on top. Misery getting stunned at the last moment by Debut. He couldn't TP out. At least the upside is he's got level 7, the downside is he's dead.
Secret definitely have to get together on this in this next time. If they don't accomplish anything in the next night, they're going to lose Roshan and they're going to lose their tier 1s. That's such a big lead now that you could look at Secret Line and be like, they actually have a pretty
They're
good
gonna kill Envy.
competition, right? Oh,
There went Febby. He's going to glimpse him back into the ult. Even no! The wall position was a little off from Febby. Eternal Envy still walked back into the storm and took the damage.
normal.
Iron Talon on Gyro?
That is
probably as normal as the Helm of the Dominator over on... No.
On Bristle? Hey.
On Bristle.
Well, it's the E efficiency, but...
But is it really that efficient?
What else? Well, I mean, the extra damage, even though he's a ranged hero, it's still kind of nice for clearing out. It's just, again, it's so greedy. They already have an Iron Talon on Puppey, so right now, if you want to look at it that way, it's 1,000 gold, these two Iron Talons combined, that yields almost nothing in fights, right? So their net worth lead, effectively, is even bigger for MVP. They're closing in on 10k at this rate.
Right. You can understand it though, like why Puppey got a first space in the mid. He managed to get like a couple of CS, and like the rotation of the jungle with a 9 talent just made sense for a Night Stalker. But yeah, running it with a Gyrocopter, that's definitely a new one to add to the books.
TP away from bottom. You can tell that
It's highlight I said. They actually had the Wrath of Nature help out QR. He's going to get Magic Missile, but he's also got Lance back off cooldown, which makes this just a little too easy to find the kill. At the same time, up on top, Forev just TPs away from Eternal Envy, who has done his first lane rotation of the game.
that rotation is not the rotation Secret we're hoping for, but they're making the right read. They can't fight for this bottom kill. Daytime, the enemy is really far ahead. They're not in a position to do anything about it, so they're going to try to maximize Square and just find whatever farm they can while they give away map control. Not good, but it's probably the best they can do. Like, it's very rare that you say 10 minutes in that the game has slipped from their hands. For a team like Secret, this is very, very rare. But they have just been absolutely ridiculously outplayed in the early game by this MVP squad. Just the nice thing about this lineup when you look at it is that the initiation range is obviously ridiculous, right? They have Earth Spirit and Prophet. And then, if the enemy team reinforces, they have Glimpse, so they can always double outnumber, and they're looking to outnumber Weeha Yield.
Yeah, they're going to destroy Weeha. Eternal Envy is around here, and he is going to kill off Debut. A nice cooldown position. MP, he's got the Omni Slash available to swap out from Pile Die, making it so Febby cannot escape. So that's a 2-for-1 trade-off. You lost your Earth Spirit as well as the Disruptor. Probably the bigger thing was the fact that the Ancient... Oh no, they didn't finish it. They didn't finish up the Ancient. Eternal Envy moved off that just a little bit too early.
Oh, now he might die as well. He's hanging around mid. He does have a TP, but yeah, they're going to see him mid now. Hero's on the boost.
With the lance forward, Envy will take too much damage before that TP will complete, especially with the Nature Prophet coming in to help. MVP walk up this hill and they see just how low that Ancient stack is too. That's just too much easy money. And okay, they're not even looking for that. They're looking for objective base. It's going to be Roshan now for them.
It's just a matter of time. What I was expecting, that Secret didn't really fight, so MVP should just be able to go there fight.
Oh, they found Misery.
Even more here.
They need a stun.
Yep.
Managed to get the kick. Misery's going to go down, so no Misery for 34 seconds, which means you at least know there's no Hawk over the pit. Even if the Radiant Observer Ward is there, can Secret even contest this?
I feel like they have to, but they can't. It's a 4 and 5, and Puppey is half health and no mana, so...
And if it doesn't,
essentially a 3 on 5.
If it doesn't work, you lose everybody, because Disruptor will just keep dragging everyone back in again.
Have to give this one away. Really don't want to. It's just getting worse and worse. At least it's plateaued a little bit in the last 2 minutes, but now it's going to dip even further. And I'm just trying to think of openings for Secret. I can't remember them using a smoke yet this game. Maybe they've used one, and they tried that bait play mid where they got Invoker caught out and got the gyro play. Perhaps that's what they need to look for. Just try to get as many baits set up as possible and just sacrifice Weeha a couple of times to get the other heroes farmed. This way is definitely not working.
Well, the only other one which is really can have an impact if you get him farm, if it's not Weeha, it's got to be Envy. It's got to be the Gyrocopter, but Envy's gone for this, like, Like, it's almost the ultimate Greed build. Like, we had the stat before, this is only the second Iron Talon ever on a Gyrocopter in a competitive match. And then he's followed it up with the Helmet, the Dominator build, as well as the Ring of Aquila. Like, the ability to get into something like a BKB or a big damage dealing item is kind of off. And also, so was that smoke from MVP.
A little bit weird. They still do have the 2 support smokes and they're rotating each duo. This is actually very smart, because what they're going to expect now is that, okay, these 2 heroes are hitting the tower bottom, the other heroes will be on backup bottom, but they're actually making 2 plays at the same time. Fortunately for them, this Observer Ward will see the PLA lose, and this should give it away. But it's another free tower for MVP. Perez is going to put the face, get his... Is that Orchid?
Not yet, but he's pretty damn close.
He's close to Orchid Drum phase minute 14.
Alright, he's definitely looking good. The PL's still looking better. PL has a full Diffusal Blade with the BTs and an Aegis to the Immortal 14 minutes in. And he's still got another 1200 gold up his sleeve too.
And he was mid. Like, this might be one of the most farmed skills I've ever seen minute 14, and it's a mid where you generally get less farm than you're been doing great.
It helps when you get 6 kills for no deaths.
A good sign. Alright, he's just gonna... Yeah, well, with that Aegis, how are they gonna kill him twice? It's very difficult to imagine. He's gonna put on the pressure. QO, known for his sometimes over-aggression.
It feels more like distraction. Like, so MVP can take that mid-tower without any problem.
Secret are reading this, though. They're looking for a kill on Forev. They know he's solo top now, after they see a couple of heroes mid and the PL, obviously, and they're gonna go in.
Misery. Oh, he started the roll. The Brad's actually going to keep him out, so Forev can just keep himself out. Disrupt the roll. He comes in from Febby, so even if Misery did see him with the hook, he can't do anything. And the BTs, well, that was actually on the way in from the PL, but the unit actually died, so he couldn't complete his BT. For the Prophet, Forev comes back in for some revenge. Throws out the Wrath of Nature, bounces through Weeha. Is there a glimpse? Not available right now, and Forev can't kill Misery before the TP will complete. But meanwhile, in the middle lane, 2-0. He starts off that Diffusal Blade charge on Eternal Envy, who's now completely out of mana. They let the Omni Slash go as Eternal Envy just, basically disintegrates into bolts. They're looking for that Sunstrike kill on QO, but yeah, he, because of the fail of the Doppelganger, he actually stays alive. The tower can't kill him off, and now Puppy's made it to come up too high. QO! He's going back in for it. He's the Aegis the Immortal. Doesn't really care that much, but it's a big kick from Dubu. He binds his face for Forev to actually get back out to safety. The Aegis the Immortal will now pop, but QO is still not sad about that. He kind of wanted that to happen anyway. And now we've Phantom Rush back off cooldown, doesn't even need it. Misery is dragged back over to him, instantly kicks down to the curb. And MVP, they're 16-3, and they are taking the Shanghai Magi by storm.
I don't know what to say. This is not the performance I was expecting from them going into the tournament. I also don't think this game has been Secret's best showing, so this, for me, is probably not going to be an indication of how a very likely, well, not a likely game 2 will have a game 2 no matter what. Very likely a 1-0 lead MVP will be looking in the next game. I think Secret will take a lot from this game, both in terms of drafting, but also their gameplay. It's been very greedy, and they haven't really been able to counterplay MVP very much. I guess the main way MVP have won the fight has been outnumbering. Prophet and the Earth Spirit engaging from far away, and they just reinforce very quickly.
They kind of did get like the greatest start they could have asked for, like a full level, almost a level and a half on the Invoker.
Yeah.
And then you catch out the Beastmaster twice, but the Earth Spirit, like they were forced into this position. MVP kind of also seemed to draft in a way that allowed this to happen because of their fans. They saw Secret having troubles in their first series. It was noted as well by the panel saying they're just not feeling the Secret of synergy. It was a big concern of a lot of people as well. Secret fans, when they came into this tournament, could they actually coordinate? Could they pick themselves up from their slump? And then we saw this Wombo combo, the Enigma and the Tidehunter, just working beautifully and bringing back a meta from 3 years ago. And MVP just disallowed it through the first draft, and this allowed Secret to play this later style of game that they like.
You missed that stat right there. This is actually a record. This is the first PL ever with over 19 net worth minute 15. So he is farmed. We've been talking about quite a bit of the power. Very good call down from in here. Could actually set up something.
And that Omni Slash though, it went in so deep from MP, took a lot of life off Envy, and because of that, Secret already backing up, they couldn't capitalize on that big call down, and they go back it again. Eternal Envy down to the counter, great goldie out from Febby. There's just nowhere to go. They turn on the Magnetize, the double buybacks are coming out from Secret. But what have they really taken off MVP? They're taking nothing, and MVP take the game in under 18.5 minutes. They get the GG call out. MVP, not only have they trashed eHome, they have now walked over Secret with 422. We're one off the genius mark, but oh my, MVP playing brilliantly.
Oh yeah, that was so solid. And I think, you know, talked a bit about the mid lane. Heal gets the first blood, he gets the bounty rune, so obviously a big advantage. But I also think it's, in this metagame right now, how the game's played, you can't put a hero mid without any escape against Earth Spirit and then not help him. They just left Wii there to rot. There was no Venge defensively supporting him. They didn't have a defensive support in general. A couple of good